Guys, Brian with Buffalo Beer Reviews. It's been a really exciting couple of weekends worth of beer releases around town. And, you know, I'm getting really backed up here with different beer offerings and stuff like that. I got 3 of these releases from West Shore. One from last week, 2 from this week. The Lisa Likes Nelson, 8.5%. Super soft New England collab with Eli Fish out of Batavia. Absolutely amazing brew. I'm thinking I'm probably going to put that on a video later on today, because doing anything after this 8.5% really is not advisable. It's such a great brew, but I don't really function well after I had this beer. Anyway, the raspberry dry hopped sour is probably what I'm going to go with today. And they also came out today with their green flyer with Nelson, 6.5%. I really couldn't find any sort of write-up on this. Not that I didn't even look for the raspberry dry hop sour, but I think I'm going to do this. We're going to get to see, you know, what all sorts of cool stuff that West Shore's been doing. They've been making their beers available on Hop Mule and all that other good stuff. So I think definitely do this. I have some other beers coming down the line. I have a Halt Who Goes there. I got a Head in the Clouds 4-pack back there. I've got a Stoner from the Beer Project. I grabbed some of these today, so that's going to be coming up soon. Just a whole bunch of fun stuff, and I'm going to get to it. West Shore's been doing a lot of really nice releases during our little kind of stay in place sort of orders. I know they did, from the intro to the video, they did a beer, Lisa Likes Nelson. They've done also a Nelson hopped green flyer, which sounds really great. And they've also done this raspberry dry hopped sour. Now, I haven't gotten any sort of write-up on it. I can't find the IBUs or what they dry hopped it with, whatnot. But it is 4.1%, and it was canned today. So that's awesome. I do like what they do with their sours, how they do their sours. Some of the latest ones I've had from West Shore have had this really great body, this pulpy sort of body, a little bit paler sort of hue to the whole thing compared to some of the other breweries around town. This is sight unseen. I don't know what it looks like or anything like that. So we're going to explore this together, right? Let's see what it looks like. Absolutely. Not quite sure if this is the right vessel for such a sour, but a 4.1% crowler. I probably don't mind getting as much volume into this glass as possible and seeing what I can do with it. Again, this is West Shore Brewing's raspberry dry hopped sour, 4.1%. And look at this thing. Like I said before, the last couple of sours I've had from them have been really sort of this muted sort of color. And I'll be honest with you, from the different names like Thin Man and, you know, 42 North and Big Ditch, you know, doing something like this isn't necessarily a bad thing. Different is not bad. It's just another take on a sour. And this has this almost super concentrated sort of grape fruit sort of juice, but it's light, and it's around the edges. It's like this light pinkish purple, and you can see some cool little sediment along the bottom here. Really well carbonated. This is a pale white head of bubbles, and it's really cool looking so far. Yes, sir. There's some really nice salinity to the nose, some tartness to the salinity, and I'm not sure if that's imparted from the raspberries or just from the sour aspect of this beer. And the more I get my nose into it, it's more raspberry than anything. But, you know, great day. The sun's kind of breaking in and out of our clouds here around Buffalo. And I want to see how this thing is going to complement a day like today. Let's do it. Mm. 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 Okay. Raspberry dry hop sour. I do think you get a really great raspberry sort of beer here. There's nothing dialed up to 10. On the other hand, there's also nothing that's super watered down to the whole thing or faint about it. It's great. And you do get more of the tartness, very much dosed with raspberry. It's not a pulpy, jam, sugary sort of raspberry presence, but it is there enough to make drinking this sour noticeable and present in its kind of delivery across when you first drink it to the aftertaste. Excuse me. That wasn't bad either. The burp's not bad. It's my favorite sign of a beer is how well the burp treats you. If you guys have seen any of my videos throughout the years, you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So I think, if you kind of go into this beer thinking about a 4.1% sour, you may be surprised at how well it drinks, how nice and I think medium bodied it is. It's not watered down. It's a simple wash through. This is a nice sort of sweet and sour and sort of dry salinity to the whole experience. 4.1%. Yeah, it's an easy drinker for sure. It's crisp and clean off the back end. That sourness to it really does give it a nice snap, clean finish. There's nothing weird lingering around. All the aftertastes are fine with me. I don't know. I got the green flyer and I got the dry hopped 2 crowlers for $25. I'll be honest with you, that's a $12.50, say $12.50 per crowler. That's $6.25 per beer. That's a little bit on the steep side in my opinion. I know they have to recoup costs for raspberries and fresh fruit and yada yada yada, but in all honesty, $6.25 for something like this might not be something that I would pony up money for off the top of my head all the time, but I decided to give it a shot and go with it. That's about probably my only takeaway from it. I do really like the different take on the color. I like the different take on the way they do their bodied and their pulpy sort of presence to their sours. That's really cool in my opinion. And I think if you guys have ever been up to West Shore, you can start to appreciate why they have this group of little like rabid fans, and they just do a great job up there on Main Street in the Hollow. So that's about it for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed a little look into West Shore's Raspberry Dry Hopped Sour, clocking in all at 4.1%. This is going to be a nice day out. It's not going to be a hard beer to finish. Hopefully it's not going to leave me debilitated for the rest of the day. I can get some chores done around the house, all that sort of good stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really appreciate all the watches and the clicks and the likes and all that good nonsense. And I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.